check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Atlanta Falcons. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They started on the ground with Eckler, and right away they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. They'll look to throw here. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter. But that time, they were up to the challenge.
This is fielded at the 27. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
Stay 50, stay 50.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He'll get this into the hands of Van Jefferson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 22.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Hey.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Hey, middle.
A first carry for Tyler Algier. And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. The Falcons at 2-6 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2nd and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line.
Hey, check that. Street.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Stafford popping this forward. It's a jet sweep. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing, and that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he can make anything happen.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. So pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They wanted 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
Here comes Marquez Stevenson now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Charger drive about to get going. Coming off every player's friend, the open week from last weekend.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. Even if you're coming off of a loss as they did, the open week is exactly what you need after you kind of get over it a little bit, right? Rest up the mind, rest up the body, get yourself ready to go. And they have to be eager to play again, especially since they lost the last time out.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. And he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And they have possession. And they have it at the 38-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Hey, 70!
A little jet sweep to start the drive. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 30 on 2nd down, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Kyle Van Noy. And the Chargers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone and was in the wrong spot for the QB.
The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Eckler, they run left side. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. It's Eckler again. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might well go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. That's just 32 yards officially from the right hash. And his kick here is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Dancing to his left. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Hey, give me radar. Middle.
Here's Stafford. A complete to Drake London. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have moved out in front. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead is now 10-3. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Stevenson now, he's going to bring this out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll find Everett there, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Darren Hall. And the Falcons are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far. And they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Throwing on second down, Stafford. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, Stafford here. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else, ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. Here's Stafford. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on first and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
And he's got it. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now a play fake and it's Stafford. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't third down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the first down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
32.
Second down and goal. Stafford. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
That grounding call could very well doom this drive. We'll see. They'll try again here, third and goal. The final shot before the break, Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Marquise Goodwin in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
It's a squib kick picked up near the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
1 second, all that remains.
They'll throw now on the final play.
Open man is Palmer.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Hey, 50.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
11.
In motion left goes a tight end.
50.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Stafford. And that is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Straight ahead, Patterson.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
32!
They'll try the jet sweep. Stafford pops it forward.
And he'll get this one down to about the 27.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
32!
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
2nd and 5 now.
Stafford, he'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
Check, bomb, check, bomb, get up!
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cordero Patterson
with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Crew able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Stevenson now is going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Charger drive about to get going. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
To put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw.
That's into the hands of Eckler.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
2nd and 3. That's caught, and it's Eckler again.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 32-yard line. 3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Back to throw again. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go now.
He'll drop to throw. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Second and 11. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So 1st and 2nd down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Now back to throw. He finds his target, Allen. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, and who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
2nd and 5. Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Richie Graham. And the Falcons will take over here at their own 12-yard line.
That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
On 2nd, here's Algier.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. You have to stay in bounds and run that clock. Coaches, that'll drive them crazy.
Sacrifice a yard or 2 if you have to. Just go down, in bounds, keep that clock going. It's almost like he was caring more about his fantasy stats than it was about winning the game, and that has to drive a coach crazy.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd. From the gun, here's Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
Second and 1. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
The Chargers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Running on first down, Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Chargers are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Again, Patterson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 53 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the fourth quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Hey, 22!
Stafford going to throw it. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And he stopped immediately there. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And I tell you what, one thing that you and I featured as a storyline was that they were facing the NFL's #1 defense coming in, and they really took it right to them.
Yeah, they didn't blink, did they? And instead of just saying to themselves, let's make sure that we minimize our mistakes and try and play a conservative-type game, they attacked right from the beginning. Said, we got to go after these guys. I think sometimes you take the #1 rated defense by surprise when you do that.
So for the Falcons, they inch closer to respect.